here we are, and we're going to be talking about success and planning and mentorship. And next year, I'm so happy to be on here with you. This is for you and your people to understand like what we're doing next year. Like I did the math of how much was invested from our group, and it's about $100,000, right? I spent 10,000, Gracie and Steven, Whitney 25, Geo and other people have spent probably more together. It's more than $100,000, right? So um what we're offering people is an opportunity to work with us, right? There's all walks of life people, right? We have nurses, right? We have actors, we have beauty pageant queens, we have ex business brick and mortar business owners, right? Like the world has changed since 2020, and I'm gonna ask you, like, how has the world changed for you? um because it's changed for acting and for auditioning, but you are a nurse, and now you're a business owner. I don't know if you had your doTERRA business before, so how much change have you seen? And this goes along with what we're doing next year, right? We're doing a 90-day run, which is really a whole year run. And why do you think it's important that we do this training? Because you could do this on your own, like Gio said, but it takes you years. And we're trying to make what happens in years happen in like 1 year.
First, I'll share kind of why I'm doing this, why I'm on this path right now. And like you said, share like as a nurse from a nursing point of view, like why would I choose this? So like you said, 2020 changed so many people's lives. And when 2020 hit, I mean, I've been a nurse for 22 years. So when 2020 hit, it was the uncertainty of what was happening, what was going to happen, and what was going to happen to people's careers. That's how I felt. It was like, okay, there's all of these changes happening. There's so much uncertainty. I don't know. To be completely honest with you, I kind of felt like my career was being just taken away from me, because there was so much being put on people that maybe people did not agree with. Like for me personally, like there were so many mandates put on me that I personally did not agree for myself. I was in the military. I served in the military. I stand for freedom. Let's fight for freedom. So when it came to this, it was like, okay, so why am I now being forced to do something that I don't feel is right for me? Let everybody choose. And now it's coming down to my career. This is how I earn my money. Like this is how I make my living. So before that, yes, I had a wellness business, kind of on the side. But when it came to that point, I was like, I have to make a decision. And it comes down to survival. Like I need to survive. So I started to look at like, what am I going to do if my career is just taken away from me and I don't have any other option? Like, what am I going to do? So the water came into my life at the perfect time. It was like the perfect time, because that was 2021. And in my world, I was like, okay, I'm going to incorporate this into what I already have, right? And I had all these little different services that I was doing. But then when the water came into my world, I didn't know how much it would overpower everything else I was doing. So I kind of feel like that has been the open door to so many more opportunities. And now it's allowed me to expand to where I'm opening a different type of business in an actual commercial location. So it has opened up so many avenues for me. It has given me that certainty of it's okay. Like no one's going to take anything away from you. If anything, life is giving you another option, and not just another option, but a better option.
I love that so much. Because change is scary, right? And even change into kind of the similar, you're still doing business, you're still doing health and wellness. Even that can be scary because it's a gamble, right? But like one thing I love about entrepreneurship, and I'm a baby entrepreneur, but one thing I love, and it's so similar as being an actress, and we don't realize as actors that we're entrepreneurs, and if we realize it, we would move better and differently. But like the entrepreneur maneuvers, because they depend on themselves, right? So you have to maneuver, and you have to see, and you have to take chances, right? So I'm so happy you shared that, because it's similar for me in the fact that in 2020, like I had, I did my first like real role. I was like on TV. I'm on Gentefied and Significantly on that show, and it's a really great show, and I'm so excited. And I think my show premiered in February, and then March, the pandemic. And I was like, no, like, great. As soon as I stepped foot into my dream, the world ends, because that's what it felt like. The world was ending, right? And then my mother got diagnosed with breast cancer. It was just such a scary time. And then unbeknownst to us, we didn't even know that my brother had been told he had 90%, artery clogging and 75 on the other one. And he kept that to himself. But all this was happening at the same time in our family. And I was so scared. And I foresaw, right? So if there's anybody here watching, if you have the gift of foresight, because we all have different gifts. Okay, I had a really Christian best friend growing up, and she was like, God gives us each gifts. And she always would say, you have the gift of faith, to me, which I do. But I also have the gift of foresight. I'm able to see into the future when, I'm like, okay, this is happening. And I calculate, and I'm like, they're going to request this everywhere, and I'm not getting this. And God knows I'm not getting this. And so what do I do? And literally I felt God's presence and saying, like, you need to double down on your business. This is, and I didn't even know when I first got the machine, because I got it for my mother. Most people get it for their health. Like, I didn't know that it was that. My friend said, hey, there's a really great program with the machine. You can get your money back. And I was like, what? Because the machine is a nice little dollar, right? It's going to last you forever, but everybody gets sticker shock with the machine. So my intention in the beginning was like, okay, I'm going to email all my friends, and they're all healthy actors, and they want to stay healthy and young, right? So I emailed everybody. And as soon as I started getting the checks, and it started to dawn on me, like, oh, this could really be something. In the meantime, because I knew that it was going to be chaotic with Hollywood, right? So I got my money back for my machine in 5 months. I had a team, and I've always wanted my own business. And when I got Gentefied, I thought, yes, awesome. Like, now I may be able to get the money to invest. I don't know what I want to do. And I knew it was going to be health and wellness. I thought I was going to do, I don't know why I kept, and I might still, but I was going to work with Himalayan salt. I might still, but I was like, yeah, it's got to be health and wellness. And I prayed before this machine came into my life. I actually prayed to God. I said, God, I'm stepping into a new place, and I know that actors, do commercials. I was like, please send me the companies, send me the commercials that are going to help my people, that are going to be healthy, that are not going to be selling the same poison. I don't want to make money selling poison to my people. And so the machine came into my life, and it kind of was like, okay, this machine, the water is going to help your mother, get hydrated and detoxify and help her in her health journey. And it's going to help you with your finances, and you're going to be able to help other people make money and get their health in a better state with this water. And so kind of everything was answered at once. But there was a fear, because I never done network marketing, and I was scared of what people would say, right? How embarrassing. Like, oh my God, she's just on TV and she's doing this network marketing. Can she not do commercials? Well, does she not have enough money? Like, all those things came into my head, but God spoke, and God said, double down on this business, because this is what's going to keep you away from that thing that you're not trying to get, right? And I am so thankful now, because I was able to, this year was a really tough year. My brother passed, my mother almost passed in January. It's just, we've been dealing with so much, lawyers and nursing homes, and anybody who's ever dealt with anybody who has had cardiac arrest and then went into a vegetative state. And then you've had to, I would visit my brother 3 times a day. And luckily I had this business, because if I were working a 9-to-5 job, I would have gone crazy. It was so much, or I would have had to have quit, and I wouldn't have had any money. And what happened was miraculous. This is why I'm such an advocate. So I doubled my income from the first year. In the worst year, one of the worst years of my life, I was able to double my income. And that's never happened in any job. That's never happened in acting. And I am just like, I want to share that with people. I want them to understand Network marketing, yes, but number two, our business, because our business is so special. There's so much integrity. The compensation plan is patented. You cannot get paid like this anywhere else. It's global, and everybody needs to have an extra hustle, and everybody needs to be using the internet. Somebody said this the other day. They were like, if little 10-year-olds are millionaires and billionaires on YouTube, you can make some money on the internet. And I was like, that is so true. You have little kids like reviewing toys, making so much money. So anybody watching this, like, it is not it is no longer an option, it's a must. Like, we need to not have the internet use us. We need to use it for our benefit. So and then there's you. Well, you're an amazing leader, you're an amazing salesperson, you're an amazing nurse, you care so much. You knew about water. Can you tell us what Jimmy had told me, like, oh, my cousin, like, you know, she needs water for her business. She's always told me she's been looking for like better water. She just doesn't know, like, this is the best. And so can you tell everyone your expertise on water from before and what you knew you needed and why you chose
well,
this?
first
and
of
why
all, I
this
want
is
to
so
say,
special?
you know, like, we're always sharing. Sometimes people look at network marketing as like, oh, they're trying to sell something. And it's like, we network. We do this every single day when we say, like, oh my gosh, who did your hair? Where'd you get those shoes? We are sharing, and we are network marketing all the time. We just don't get paid for it. So with this, it's like everyone drinks water. Everyone is drinking the wrong water. So it's like, we're just sharing. Hey, this one's better. Try it. We give it away for free, you know? So, but yeah, so yes, my cousin, we reconnected years back when he was traveling through Atlanta, and we saw each other. And of course, I'm always thinking, like, how can I help this person? So that day, I think he had like a headache or back pain or something. And I had something with me, and I was like, oh my gosh, here, use this. I'm always trying to like rescue people. So he's like, what is this? And then they got curious about it and they wanted to know more. And he was like, oh my gosh, like, I need this. So anyways, so I was already in the wellness, business industry, kind of like a side hustle. So I had gone through holistic practitioner school, and they always spoke about distilled water. Tell your clients to drink distilled water. And I was never in agreement with that, because I was like, no, distilled water is going to pull minerals out of their body. There's no benefit in that water. So for purposes of passing the program and getting the certificate, I had to agree with that. But I personally could not tell someone to drink that, because I knew that's not what the body's asking for. The body needs something, and that's not what they're going to get out of drinking distilled water. So my cousin had asked me, like, just recommendations for certain things. And I would always tell him, because he would drink the bottled water, and I would always tell him, go search for some water. Go find some good drinking water. Well, which one do I drink? And I didn't know. I went from like bottled water to going to Whole Foods and carrying those big old jugs of water. I got tired of that. So I ended up buying a Berkeley system, which I lived by, because I thought, well, this is the best I know. Like, I don't know what else to do. We had a house system, which we disconnected, because I was just like, no, this is not it. So.
Hey, and quick thing, did you know that Berkeys are banned in California because they don't do what they say?
Wow. But yeah, so we
anyway.
went from, the house system, we went from the bottled waters, going to the store, carrying these huge jugs, down to the Berkeley, which was, like I said, I knew that wasn't the best, but I didn't know what was good. And there's so much information, so much misinformation out there on water. So anyways, I kind of feel like my cousin and I had this assignment we were supposed to complete together. It wasn't going to be me, and it wasn't going to be him. We had to do it together. So he went on a hunt for water, and then later he came back. I don't even know how much time later, but he came back and he was like, hey, remember you told me to go search for some water? I found some water, and I've been drinking this water for 2 weeks, and oh my gosh, he was telling me all these great things. And I was like, okay, well, send me the information, send me the link. Like, I need it, I want it, like, I believe you, I trust you. But during that time, it was funny, because I had been reading about all the different types of systems, all the different types of ionizers, so there was all these different ones, but it was like, I didn't know, how do I know which one is telling me the truth? Because if I'm going to have someone drink this, my integrity comes first. I need to know that what I am telling you is what I know to be 100% truth. I can't tell you something well, I think this. No, I need to know for myself. So then, so then he told me about this system, and I looked it up, and I was comparing. And of course, there's fear into it because you're just like, I don't know, am I making the right decision? But it was just like my gut was just like, it was like a big picture was being formed in my mind. It's like, okay, you've been searching for this. He's coming back to you with this. You've been looking at all of this, all these different types of systems and waters, and you've read about this one specifically. This one stands out from all the others because it carries certifications. It carries the backup. Everyone compares themselves to that one. So if the others are so good, why do they have to compare themselves to this one? So I just went with my gut, and I was like, no, he's right. I have to go with this. And then, after that, it was like, I got mine. I started drinking it. I started to notice a difference right away. And I was just like, this is it. Like, this is it. And then I felt comfortable with sharing with people. And then now, like I said, it's the, I guess you could say the priority in my business. It's what runs the business because everything else kind of just faded away. I had bought this expensive system for scanning, and I actually sold it last week because I was like, I'm not utilizing it. I'm not using it. I don't see that making a huge difference in people's lives as much as this. And this is simpler, and this is easier to understand, and I can give it away for free.
So true. If people always are like so weirded out about that part, I'm like, no, it's just come get it. If you can come to my house, you can get it for free. Try it. Because here's what got me. It's like, water is supposed to detox you. Water is supposed to make you feel better. Water is supposed to give you energy. But we're so not used to. I'm like, oh my God, I think I've been drinking bottled water for 30 years. So how do you know the difference? Well, when you start drinking this living water and you go back, you literally feel like you're drinking water from a water gun. You can taste the plastic. Like, it's so awful. But yeah, so the water itself, the product, guys, it's certified, it's medical, it's been used and continues to be used in hospitals in Asia, especially Japan, and doctors here, right? So that's a no-brainer. What we're trying to do is, anybody who's interested in a business and likes health and wellness, right? Or maybe you don't care for health and wellness, but you're like, you know what, my financial situation needs to change. You guys, this business is a mega trend. It is going to blow up. Like how everybody has cell phones, everybody's gonna have one of these machines. Like everybody has or had a microwave. I toss my microwave away, by the way. Toss your microwaves, okay? Everybody's gonna have one of these. So like, imagine prior to the blow up of cell phones and prior to the blow up of microwaves, wouldn't you wish you would have invested in that so that you could have benefited and financially? Well, here you're gonna get to benefit financially and most importantly, health. But if you're not run by your health, if you don't care about your health, but you do care about the finances of you and your family and the future, and oh my God, one of the things that I love about this company is the retirement plan that they have for us. It is crazy. I love that as women in other jobs or careers, there's a ceiling, but in network marketing, the ceiling is you. How much are you working? How much are you not working? There is no cap. That's what I love. Like, I can work as much and bring in as many people and help as many people as I want. And nobody's going to come and say, oh, you've made too much money. Because that happens to people. It's like, HR comes and it's like, you've made too much money. We're going to have to, give you a demotion or whatever. And you're like, what? That happens to people. That's never happened to me because I've never worked such a high-end job like that, but I have been laid off many a time. So when people say, oh no, I want something more secure, I never had security in my jobs. I got laid off 3 times in my life, and that taught me that at the end of the day, they don't care about me, really. That I need to do what's best for me, and that their life is a gamble, and that I need to just go with my instinct and follow through, because that instinct is the God in you speaking, right? So we're trying to find 3 to 5 people to run with us, to run with Alicia. Alicia is so fire, you guys. I don't know if you guys know it, but she is so fire. I mean, can you imagine your leader being ex-military, being a nurse, a business owner, and someone who just loves to help people? Like, you are going to learn so much from Alicia. Like, it is going to be ridiculous. And this business works like that. Like, why do you think the major, like, wealthy people of the world are so wealthy, guys? Because it is their network. Their network is their net worth, and they share in everything they learn. So that's what network marketing mimics. It mimics that network, that we learn something and immediately all of our team knows it. And so talk about university. Like, this is a never ending self-development and business university. We get the cutting edge. And with the amount of money that has been invested in what we're all going to learn, there's no way you're not going to be successful. There's no way, unless you come on and say, I want to do it, and you do none of the assignments, because we're given assignments. And my favorite part is that the first 3 months all on social media. How fun is that? Like, I mean, I'm an actress, so I get it. I like video stuff, but it's hard for me too, and I need to get pushed, and I need help with creativity. So we are calling on all the hungry and motivated and hardworking and coachable. That's what you need to be. Okay, you need to be hungry. You need to know that you deserve more out of life. You need to know that where you are right now, that's cool, but you know what? I know God has sent me abundance, and I know God is sending me clues of what I need to do, and this sounds like something I want to do. So number one, you need to be hungry. Number two, you need to be willing to do the work, willing to do what you are told, because this is different. You are going to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself, right? So we're going to guide you. Alicia's going to guide you, but she's not going to be your boss, and she's not going to say, okay, well, you're fired, all right? So whatever you put in is for you. And then the last one, you have to be you have to be hungry, willing, and you have to be coachable, right? You should be. Entrepreneurs are people that are, a lot of these people that decided they weren't going to get the thing and they were going to make it work. However, those are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are freedom lovers. Entrepreneurs are like, no, that's not for me. I'm going to make this work. So if you're someone that is constantly like, no, I'm going to do it my way, you are an entrepreneur, baby, and you need to get paid. You need to be getting paid as such. So if you have those qualities, DM Alicia the word crazy.
We are crazy.
Because only the crazies survive. Only the crazies get to have that income, right? So anything else you want to say?
No, I'm ready for those 3 to 5 people that are ready to jump on. And just like Brenda said, you have to be coachable, you have to be hungry, and you have to be willing to do what it takes. Nothing is easy in life, but it's all worth it. And this time that I've been in it, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm so glad that I listened to that instinct of just go, just do it. Because now it's like I haven't been working as a nurse, for a little bit of time, and it's just like I don't feel that fear of I have to do that. That's my only option. Now I look at it as, yeah, that's another option that I have, but I have so much more over here. So,
and yet you get to still help people, right? This is what's beautiful about people in the health industry, right?
You can use your influence in a better way.
Absolutely. So I'm excited. I really think that when the pandemic started, and when I saw all those doctors and nurses lose their job, it hurt me so bad, because I know these people, I don't agree with a lot of Western medicine, but I know these people mean well, and I know these people want to help, right? So it made me so sad that they would lose their job because they did not agree with something that could affect their health. Like, these are the professionals. So I really want to speak to all the health professionals out there. My goodness, you don't have a better leader than Alicia in this team, in this business, doing this opportunity. Like, give yourself the opportunity. It is a free mentorship. There's just some qualifications that you have to, qualify for, and you could just DM her and she'll tell you. But this is a free year-long mentorship. You're going to be handheld, okay? But you already are in the health and wellness. All you're going to learn here is social media, is building teams and being a leader so that people can really take on your influence, and so that you can help not only yourself, but so many people in their health. But so many people are suffering financially, and because they're suffering financially, their health suffers because they can't afford the foods. They can't afford, health and wellness things, supplements and stuff like that. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I read somewhere that in the United States, people suffer from the 2 main things that they suffer from is health and funds. And this business helps both. So I'm excited to meet anybody that comes in on your team and celebrate them.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you for the time today, Alicia. We have an amazing team, and I will leave you with the
Well,
last
thank you
words.
for everyone who has joined us. I know I saw some people here join in. So thank you all for being here with us. And thank you, Brenda, for your time. I know that you're a very busy person, but thank you so much for being here with us and for sharing a part of your journey with us.
You're so welcome. I welcome all of you, and I cannot wait to 2023 because I don't know about you guys, but this year was really bad for me. It was good in a lot of ways, but I'm ready to take
We're taking off
everything that is mine and have fun
2023,
while
which
I
is
do
right
it.
around the corner. We're just warming up right now.
Bye. Yes, we are. We're
Bye.
warming up. Adios, amigos.